So, are you ready to talk about it, or?
I am.
Take a listen. Need to say what we so different. In your ear or on your screen. The only place you need to be. It's the Reese and Monty. Guaranteed to give you everything you need. You're about to get a little You're about to get a little
You missed that, don't you?
Good morning.
It's your boy Ramont.
And I am Reese. Welcome back to another episode of ALilRandRPodcast.
Hey.
We're coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location with a new color, a new look, a little accessory, or whatever. How are you?
I'm good. And in this new location, they don't allow us to wear our shoes in the house either.
Can you see my socks? You can't see my socks. No, you can't. You gotta have slippers that don't go anywhere but here if you have slippers.
These houses are very restrictive.
Yeah, very restricting.
And I,
Very restricting.
and I honestly, I want to know, where did that start at?
The clearance for these slippers, though.
It required approval.
It was a whole thing. I had to state a case. I had to do a lot. But here we are. And I don't know where that came from. I
don't remember that growing up.
I don't think we had a shoe rule. We didn't have a shoe rule growing up. Like you could wear shoes in my mom's in the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember that growing up.
Oh, you think it's new? I think it stemmed from growing up for some people. Just not.
And then they brought that shit.
Yeah. And now it's extreme. Hence the party that we went to, the cookout that we went to, where we had to wear shoe covers.
And a part of me gets it. Like, you don't want, like, your floors marked up and everything like that. Mm-hmm. From, like, outside dirt or so forth, especially if, like, people have carpets and everything like that. But I keep saying everything like that. My thing is, why have a party in a sense and not expecting to, like, clean your floors after?
You want me to phone a friend? Because I don't know. I don't understand it either. It didn't make any... I stated my case at that point.
I mean, no. I get it, but, I mean, maybe people will chime in, comment, as far as that goes.
Leave a message, yeah.
But, like, do you plan for cleaning your floor after you have a party at your house? You know, because you've had because you're inviting all these people over there. Like, do you plan for that, or are you just like, no, fuck that. They just need to remove their shoes when they get in here, so I don't have to worry about that.
But you would still have to clean up after a party anyway, in my opinion.
You would. There's
There's
still something that you're gonna have to clean up.
It's a part of the process, in my opinion.
Like, and I get it on, like, if it is something that's going to track, like, something that's hard to get out, like mud or something like that through the house, then, you know, something like that, I can definitely
If you live on a farm and you're walking through grass.
Well, they usually got mud rooms.
Right. So, again.
But still, like, but what if I'm not prepared to take off my shoes?
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
And are you providing slippers, like the other party we went to? Are you providing socks, footies, you know, for the people that have to take off their shoes? Like, what if it's a summertime party and, you know, I got on my flip-flops, you know?
I don't think I've ever seen that, where there was a summer.
I have.
But there are a lot of people.
But think about women that wear, like, sandals and stuff.
Right, and I was going to say, I was thinking more of men. There are a lot of people that I've seen that come to functions where you have to take your shoes off, and they don't wear socks. Just on regular. Like, it's just not their thing. Which is, I don't want to judge anyone, but that's weird to me.
And the gays love the back out little slide, the little mule. Without a sock.
Is that a mule?
Is it called a mule?
I don't know.
Look it up.
The shoes without a back? I love using my Siri, but I'll type it in.
Please don't, because she gonna bring up a donkey.
A donkey. What are the okay? What are shoes called?
No, just here. Hold on.
How did we get here?
Because
Because we're in a new space.
you gotta take our shoes off.
Yeah. And get clearance for these slippers, baby. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Chill. I had to work though.
Yeah.
So, not chilling didn't really happen a lot. As much as it did prior weekends.
I did absolutely nothing on Sunday, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh.
Nothing. Like, the only thing I did was went to Aldi. Did you go to Aldi?
I have not, but I'm dying to go.
Why?
Because I have FOMO. You know.
Oh, okay. Do you drink? Do you put creamer in your coffee?
I do.
They have some really good creamer.
Really?
The sweet cream creamer is really, really good. I have to take a picture of the brand that I used. But, because I did not know this, you have to pay $0.25.
Yeah, to get that card. I knew that. You get it back.
What? Oh, you get it back?
Yeah, when you plug it back in, when you like connect it back to another card, you get it back.
Oh.
You ain't plug it back up.
I didn't use it. It was like $0.25.
Oh, you said fuck this. I'm a card.
All I was going to get was some creamer, some bread, and I don't know what else. But yeah. So
Friend said, I don't need no card.
I don't need no card that bad. I was on the phone is the only thing there was, and they didn't have like hand thingies.
Yep, they're card mules.
Okay, good for
Or
you.
slippers. I mean, but in this section, they were. I clicked on mules and they came up.
Oh, you went to Gucci.
Well, because they were the last pair that I saw.
They got expensive taste.
They got. I don't wear them.
I don't
wear
like
them,
the
so that's it
mules
won't.
with the hair.
It's not for me. I don't like.
I don't like a sling. I thought it was a sling bag, but a sling bag.
A sling bag got the strap.
The strap. Yeah. I thought about it when I said
They
it.
need ankle support.
But I don't like them for men that have the hairy ones, the fur or whatever the fuck. I don't like that.
Why?
I just don't. I don't know. Something about.
Did you date someone that wore those?
Huh? Did I? No, I didn't. But you know who did? Because we've been texting and this motherfucker been coming for me, so I'm ready to put shit up. But I'm not that type of friend. But I feel like, and it's gonna sound contradictory because it's almost like, well, you wear socks. I feel like with all that fur in there, your feet are just sweating. And just
Oh, so it's not just on the outside? Like, I thought it was like a little trimming. Oh.
Maybe it is. I don't.
Maybe we should go.
You tried me. You tried to say that I secretly in the house be tipping around in some mules. I don't.
Maybe we should go to the store for research purposes.
We will. I think we should. I don't. I've only seen them in, well, they're not Gucci. Not all of them are Gucci.
Yeah, not all of them are.
Non-name brand. I'm going to get you a pair just to wear.
Bitch.
Around the house.
Who gonna wear them? I ain't gonna wear them. They won't be worn.
On the show.
They won't be worn.
For when we come here, you can wear them on the show.
I know, absolutely.
And then you can...
Listen, you're already on the bad list for gift giving, so let's not.
I was talking to Alistair and I said, every time I think about it, because the party that we were at had disco balls. Every time I see them, I think of you now. I just listen, people out there. Somebody sent me a photograph of a disco helmet.
And if you're that person, please say.
Please stand up. Please
Okay.
let me know that you sent me the disco helmet. Because in my head, this young man sent it to me. And his birthday was right after I got it. And now he has a disco helmet that he don't want.
It's on display with my Beyonce Renaissance album.
But I just hate that you did not want it. When I tell you that I thought,
What the fuck is this?
That's literally what it gave. And in my head, I was like, best friend award for real, because
You were so
I'm
happy.
a real one. Like, I got this man exactly what he wanted. So if you sent me and it was I want to say it was via Instagram.
It had to be via Instagram, child.
I think it was via Instagram. I was sent this. So if it was you, please let me know. So I can get you the helmet too. Y'all can be twins. Because I'm not going to take it back. Because my mama told me a long time ago, you don't take nothing back. But yes, every time I see a ball, I think of you. A disco ball. Let me be clear. Please don't edit that to say.
You do the edits. You're going to edit it to say what you wanted to say.
I'm talking about somebody out there. Okay, so you had a good weekend. You said you worked.
Yeah, I just pretty much worked this weekend. So that was my weekend, my entertainment, as far as that goes. So I live a very plain life. I really don't do much.
Some would say. I think I would agree. I just think that your persona doesn't lend to that. Your image or the way that people see you doesn't lend to that.
They'd be thinking I'm out.
Do you ever wonder why?
Because I'm like working like every event so I'm meeting and seeing
So you think
everybody.
that they attribute you working to you being outside?
Sometimes, and people are like, "Oh, you're outside." I said, "No, I'm working." It's
definitely a difference.
It definitely is a difference.
Definitely a difference.
Just because I'm there doesn't mean I'm outside. Trust, I am working, and it all depends on like how the party is going. Sometimes I'm ready to go. You know, other times I'll stay and hang out or whatever like that. All depending on like what's going on. But other than that, I'm ready to go. But I can say recently, maybe 90% of the time, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think that anytime that we're together, I know, and that's my problem. Not my problem. It's a catch-22, but I think because if my friends are there, I know I'm gonna have a good time. Very rarely am I like, oh my God, I'm ready to go.
And I think it's also because I'm at work, so it's like forcing me to be social in a sense. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, kind of taken from you and you know how you make your own fun at parties. I end up like making my own fun with people, talking shit back and forth and everything like that. So that's usually how I end up having, because I'm forcing myself to be social. Trust, if I'm outside, I'm not that social.
Me and Dominique had a conversation at this event. We were talking about how you are as
not sure I was talking about me.
Kind of.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
you came up in conversation. Look, you came up in conversation.
If they ask ever again, can Reese come and sit? No. Because clearly he has to talk behind my back.
That is not talking.
Not my coworkers were talking about me.
It was a compliment. We were saying
I'm going to HR with my complaint. What y'all call? What's my nickname? What y'all call me?
We didn't give you a nickname yet. We were talking about how, you know, everybody, when you're bartending, everybody has a customer. Like at the event, typically everyone has a customer or a couple people that comes directly to them. And we were talking about how you are seemingly much nicer when you're at an event. Like, not that you're a mean person, but like, to your point, more social. So you are the one that when the party's winding down and we're like, okay, the bar's done, you'll be like, still giving drinks. And we both was like, baby, when it's over, it's over. Like, we trying to get up out of here. And Ramont still be slinging drinks. I said, yeah, that's pretty accurate. But I attributed it to, apparently, the Aries in you and the Capricorn in us. Because it's like, okay, it's over. Time to go into the next mode, which is clean up and get out. So it was a compliment. You're like,
not all the time.
No, not all the time, but more than me for sure. And I don't even
because I done told you to clean up. We gotta go.
Right, and you still I'd be like, okay, no. So for the people, when I'm like, we're done,
I'm the nice one.
That is when Ramont.
But low-key, I'm over there like, no, Reese.
Now sometimes he will be like, look, we're done.
So Kiki, every time he sees me and I'm working, his favorite memory is the first cookout, how I snapped the table up together and was like, let's go. He was like, the way my friend said that thing was said, let's go. And we was all like, yep. We out.
We out of here. Let's go.
Friend is ready to go.
Because after an event, you've been working. It's especially if it's outside.
Oh yeah, the outside events. Yeah,
I'm ready because it's hot, and the people were peopling. That one
and
cookout that we did.
When it gets to we're like out and they're still coming. That's when I'm like, no, we're done. Because technically I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. And it's are you leaving? Yes! Absolutely. Man, I've been here for
hours before you got here.
Yeah. Sitting and waiting for you to get here.
You've arrived.
Because people like to show up late. Why do people do that? In my big age, I don't do that no more. I
never was that person.
I'm going, I tend to run behind, but most likely,
I was going to say.
But I'm striving. Like, I'm not sitting at home striving.
I'm striving to be on time. My intentions are good.
My New Year, New Me. I am striving.
But the intentions ain't shit with no action.
I am striving to be on time. You know.
You know who has done?
I always have like a wardrobe malfunction. Like my outfit, the outfit I pick out before I get in the shower is not the outfit I see when I get out the shower. For some reason, it changes.
And I think that for you, I think it's when it's two of you coming. I think that plays a part in it.
Yeah.
But Aaron has done a really good job this season.
Oh.
I've
been on time? Yeah.
Like, he's really done a good job. Kudos to you, Aaron. He's done a really good job. He's been very mindful and very intentional with being on time.
He's been striving.
Yeah.
And thriving.
And he's thrived. We're waiting for you to thrive, friend. Because what time did you get to the cookout? 3:30. It started,
and the food wasn't ready, so it doesn't even matter.
True story.
It doesn't even matter.
Look, I was trying. I reached.
I reached. Me striving for that was by the time I get here, the food will be ready. I can, it's certain things that you, like a black person cookout, you want to be able to walk in, grab your plate, and sit down. But when I gotta come in here and I gotta socialize and I'm hungry because I've been waiting.
Well, you didn't really socialize at first.
Well, I socialize with you. Well, not the other people. No, I'm talking about my friends.
Once you got food in your system and a little more,
right? Well, they started talking. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. Honestly, more people came over because they knew who you were than me.
Okay.
Did they not?
I don't recall.
So that's my reason for being late to any black person cookout in the summertime, because I want to come in and eat. I don't want to be part of setup crew. I don't want any of that. Had we known to come at 5:00, honestly, I could have been home napping. Honestly, that was my first day. I said, bitch, I could have been taking a nap because I had not taken one. Because I was like, I could have been home napping, but here I am
sitting, waiting.
Hungry because I don't eat. I'm like, they said food was going to be ready. You sent us a picture at 7 a.m. We ain't going to talk about it no more. We already talked about it.
We ain't.
We already talked about it.
I was about to go into another, but I'm going to let it ride.
We're going to let it ride. We're going to let it ride. But for the most part, I do want to be on time because I don't. It all depends on like how long do I feel like staying here and everything like that. Then I calculate travel time in there and yada, yada, yada. So I'd rather be on time these days versus late. And that all depends on the type of event it is, too.
Excuse me. I will also tell you that as a avid on-timer.
Oh, okay. Yes, you are.
You will get irritated. I feel like specifically, will get irritated with the fact that you're on time and things are still just behind.
Why is
and then it's like ready? Exactly, and then you're gonna be over it. So you're gonna go back to your. I would imagine that you would go back to your.
I'm being
and late. And I don't think that it's intentional. Like you said, there's always something that happens, but I wouldn't change it because the times. I don't know. I think there are certain times. I think that
I ain't never missed nothing by the time I got there.
Right. I think that people though know their events and they will definitely say, "Hey, please be on time." for this because of whatever reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's something formal, yes. But excuse me. If it's giving kickback or cookout vibes, I'm coming late. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I try. My late ain't never late. It's still be like, okay, it's still kind of on time. Okay. What are we talking about today, friend?
Oh. I'm like, I don't know. What are we talking
Because
about?
we went on a tangent.
We had a few things to go in my chest.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Is that it?
that was it.
Okay.
I mean, you said since we went off on a tangent, I'm
The
sorry.
only thing I do want to say really quickly is September, because this is September.
We are in September.
September is Suicide Awareness Month. And I just think that it's very important for anyone that is going through something or has reoccurring things that come up that put them in that mindset. Mm-hmm. Thank God you're still here. But also, when you know that you've got those things going on, counseling, number one. I think that that's a great tool to get through that. But also, good friends, having good people around you is very, very important. So I just want to be mindful of that. And I will be transparent in sharing that there was a time, and I don't know if I've ever talked about it with you. I don't think I've ever talked about it extensively with any one person, but there was a time that I contemplated suicide. And it was a rough situation. I had gotten a DUI, and that DUI kind of spiraled into career things and things like that. So it affected me on multiple levels and in some moments. And when I say moments, because from the time that it happened until maybe a few months after, my mind would go back and forth. Like when it happened, I was like, oh my God, my mother, my career's over. My mother's about to be done with me, right? So then it was just like, I'm better off not here. Talked to my mom. My mom was just like, the first word she said to me after I told her was, what do we need to do? What do we need to do to move forward? So to me, that was the support that I needed. Then it got to the career part. There was a lot of ups and downs. What are we going to do? Are we going to do a reduction in rank? And all of these different things that were going on. Right. So
off of one DUI?
Yeah.
That may sound like you were like just like you had but more so like you had multiple, like, here we are again.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't that. Not negating the fact that I did what I did. Like, I never ever want to say that it was. I'll tell the story one day, but the career thing was another point where I was like, everything was good. Like, okay, me and my mother are working through and we're doing all the things that need to be done. Okay, cool. And then it was like, okay, what are we going to do here? And then it was just like, the waiting was so intense. It was just like, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'm better off not here. Like, because then I don't have to worry about it no more. I'm not stressed about it. And so then got past that. And then you get to the point where now your whole work crew, everybody knows. And
how the fuck they know?
Because, well, the situation where I was working was a high-vis position. So I went back to my old job. So that was
like, wow.
They was like, oh, he's back. And so, of course they knew. My supervisor knew and all of that. So then it was just like the whispers, right? You're looked at in a different way. And so for that, it wasn't because of that necessarily. It was just the pressure. And then they put me in a position that was so far away from everyone else that I felt ostracized. I was just like, now I'm over here. So all that to say, there was levels. I was back and forth, and I'm thankful to be here. I don't have those thoughts anymore, but I know that it's a real thing. And so what I would simply say is for me, what worked was finding a good support system. Remembering that you're here and you have a purpose, and counseling really, really got me to remember that I have purpose, that I'm here for a reason. You know what I mean? So that is my PSA for the whole Suicide Awareness Month. Just be aware. And if you know somebody, if you have friends or people that you know, family or whatever, that are going through tough times, just be a supportive being. And it's not necessarily, because my go-to is finding a solution for my friends when they have issues. Sometimes it's just listening. And that helps a lot. Or just being mindful of changes in behavior and going to them and not calling them out, but hey, do you need something? Do you need to talk? Do you need anything.
Right.
Like
right.
that's important. So I'll get off of that. But yes, because it's a uncomfortable conversation, but it's necessary. So be mindful, be aware. Back to you for the topic of the day.
Back to you in the studio.
Right. I just wanted to, because I didn't want, because I feel like every month is a something, right? There's an awareness for
every
something.
week, every day.
Yeah, but some of them touch home and are near and dear, and I want our platform to be used to, again, give that information and not necessarily shy away or not even mention. We're aware of what's going on and we support that. I definitely am a super supporter of being aware.
With, I guess we can segue into the topic, which we agreed upon as far as like expectations. And I know you're going to share your story and everything like that. But when I say expectations, I'm not just trying to put it on one thing, but I'm talking about everything. Like if discussing a DUI, like what were your expectations as far as what was going to happen? I'm sure things that happened, you didn't expect it to happen. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like when it comes to expectations, all depending on what it's being applied to, either people will tell you, well, maybe your expectations are too high or maybe they're too low. But what also gets me is when people are like, well, let's say you ordered food, you was like, I didn't care for it. I'm like, well, what were you expecting? I don't know, but it wasn't that. Well, what?
How do you, and so more so to what you just said, the food expectation, right? So this guy at work was like, oh my God, this spot, he had went, and I can't think of it right now. I would shout him out, but I can't think of it. Somewhere in Navy Yard, he was like, he went there and he was like, the fried rice was amazing. Like he was like, this fried rice was so good. And I was just like, in the moment, I was like, I want some fried rice. Like now I want it.
Right.
I ordered it. I DoorDashed or Uber Eats, whatever. I got it and I was just like, what the fuck?
That's because you did it wrong. You're supposed to go there.
And he said the same thing. He was like, you're supposed to go. And I was like,
See, you had like the car fumes. It was riding around and stuff. Like, so
did not
mess up the flavor.
It did not hit though. And to your point, what did I expect? I can tell you what I expected.
His reaction.
I expected to feel how he felt about it.
It's kind of like watching an infomercial and you get the product and you're not the same people that's on the infomercial.
And it's like, what?
Like, remember when Herbal Essence and then people used to moan in the shop? I really want to know how many people expected to moan in the shower.
For it to feel so good.
To get that washing your own damn hair.
Right.
Now when someone else wash it, now it's a different story.
That is a different picture. That's a different feeling. For sure.
But when you washing it, my arm hurt. Like, oh, I'm tired. I done got the soap in my eye.
But I think that so for me, that in that moment, that was the expectation. I wanted to feel about this rice the way that he felt. And I did not. And he said, he was like, you should just went.
Okay. Hold on, wait. Let me get my thought together. Do you sometimes think expectations is kind of projecting?
It can be. I think it depends on the scenario. I think on the scenario.
Of a person or if it's a person, yes.
Yes.
A thing, no.
No, because, I think that I'm trying to think of a scenario that would support that. Like, like a date. Like a date. If my expectation, if after the date, say it didn't meet whatever the expectation I had, and I voiced that to the person, I think that's projecting. I think that's almost like, I thought this was going to be so much more, and it wasn't your fault. If they plan the date, you know what I'm saying? If it's like you talked up this thing and you made it seem like it was going to be so grand, and it was just meh. I think that is kind of projecting. That could be said about the rice. Well, not really.
About what?
The rice. But I don't think it was. We just did not have the same experience.
Yeah, that's for food. I don't think that is projecting.
No.
Well, yes and no. So had he not said anything, and maybe you just read Google reviews like the fried rice here was good, and you went there expecting this fried rice to be good, and it wasn't. But who would you be projecting on? The person that wrote it or the chef, in a sense? Like, are you going to leave a bad review, or are you going to go back and comment, girl, you lied to me. This rice was not that good.
Well, I don't think
and
that's
I want
projecting.
you to give me my money back.
I don't think that's. I think that's just a difference of opinion in a sense. But I think that definitely.
You're right.
I think it's in the delivery. It's in the delivery.
Or when people were like, or when it comes to food, you don't make it like my mama make it. You don't make it like I make it. Yeah. Bitch, I didn't say I was going to make it like you.
Cause shut the fuck up. Because if you wanted it like your mama, you should have asked your mama.
You should have asked your mama. Call her. Can she answer? now we wrong.
Hold on. I feel like that was personal.
It wasn't. It wasn't free. It wasn't. I'm sorry.
I think she'll answer today. But I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to call her today. But yes, I think that it can. You can project. But okay, so then the question for me is, and I know that I've said this before and we've shared this, you can't have expectations without conversation. Right? But where I kind of fumble with that, and I love that analogy, I don't feel like all the time that I have to tell you what I need. Sometimes I just want you to get it. No.
Yeah, well, yes and no.
Because even as my friend, I don't want to tell you how to be my friend. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, Ramont,
But what if that's how you friend and that's not how I friend?
I think that then we go into another one word, or compromise, because then it's, I see you and I value you the way that you show up for me. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily what I desire, but because it's, in a sense, attaining the same goal, right? I'm getting what I need from you, just not the way that I prefer it. Mm-hmm. So then it's compromise.
But who's compromising?
I am, definitely.
Okay.
Because
so it's a you problem, not a me problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would definitely agree, because it's I don't think it's fair.
But if I said that to you, would you be offended?
If you said what?
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
If I was sharing, it depends on your tone. It depends on your tone, because it's all about how you say things. It's not what you say.
Just like that. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
I would eat that. I would say okay. Especially if I opened up the conversation.
Okay. If you open that door and I
opened the door and you stepped through it and said that, I would say okay. And I would just never do it again. I would just be like, because it's
the door is closed.
You're allowed to. I think that's one thing that we don't necessarily do a lot, is we do not allow, and I'm using allow loosely, we don't allow people to just be who they are or meet them where they are. We want them to do and be what we want. Yeah, we want them. Mm-hmm. We expect them to be or conform to what we want, and that's not fair.
So, and granted, well, I'm gonna shift it here. So when it comes to an employer, they have expectations of you completing your job, but is it to their particular standards or you completing the job? Like, if the standards say do this ABC, but you do this BAC, the test is still done. Mm-hmm. But now they have an issue because you didn't complete it the way in which they thought you would complete it. Is that an expectation, or are they right in their way if they write you up type of thinking?
That is definitely it's an expectation. I bear on the side of, if the task is completed and the way that you did it did not cause any type of issue, conflict, or whatever, then we should be good. Now, if it was me, if A, B, and C was the way, and that's the way that I was taught, and I was like, ooh, but BAC and put a little D on that makes it better. And you come to me and say, this is what we want, you're going to get what you asked for then.
All the time.
Yeah, but
nothing extra from me.
Don't ever come back to me and be like, where's the little D? Ain't no little D. Because you said ABC. Mm-hmm. You left the D out. Now, when I did it BAC with a little bit of D, and it wasn't good enough for you, we good. We going to do ABC, and that's it.
That's it. That's
all. Right. That's it, and that's other. Because, yeah. And I think that it's... Work is always a different scenario. I think that there's just a different level of the way you move.
I think as well,
unless
in that aspect, I think that it's more so people that are stuck in their ways and ways in which things are being done. Mm-hmm. But it's more so like some people are just creative and they think outside the box. Like why do we have all these goddamn steps when we can just do it this way?
Yep.
And the same stuff is done. Exactly. Oh, because that's the way. Say less.
But see, I think that it depends on your
because now I'm looking for another job.
Your leader. I think it depends on that too, because I've been given the reins, if you will, mm-hmm. to kind of figure out what works best in some programs.
Yeah,
I've been under other leadership that was very much like you said, it's A, B, and C, and I'm just like, and I'm the person that's going to say A, B, and C is cool and it makes sense. But you can do A and B and leave C out of it. Or you can do A and C and leave B out of it and you still get the same result.
And if you would like for me to show you a different way to better
some
help
people
you.
Are, like you said, some people are this is the way that we've done it and this is the only way that we're
like people
do it.
like that.
And I'm
like, girl, let it
baby.
go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Those are people.
It ain't been that way for a long time, man.
And for me, I think a lot of times it's the people that aren't doing the work that want to dictate how it's done. Mm-hmm. You're not even doing it. So... mute, baby. Yeah,
because I'm gonna do what's best for me.
Right. To
make my job
maximize
easier.
my time and make my job a lot easier. You're gonna get more out of me doing it my way than your way. But if you want these mediocre, if it's a difference of I can do it your way and complete 5 actions, or do it my way and do 10. What you want? Because if you want me to do 5 a day, that's more time for me to do what I need to do.
I want you to pick up your phone and call a parent, either Moyatu or Q, and ask them about parents setting expectations for their kids and see what they say.
Like what's
just anything. Like when you have your child, what expectation did you set for them, and is that projecting, or are you just
better question for Moyatu, because Moyatu has a younger child.
But Q children are they've got, in a sense, one of them has gone through the cycle.
One is in college,
right? So
and one is
I mean, you can ask Q like what expectation.
We're gonna ask specific child too. She's gonna answer.
Why specific child?
Because Corey is in college. Right. Desmond is in high school. He's in his last year of high school. Okay. So I think it's
and hers might have changed depending on the child, because she learned something from the first one that she probably would not do.
They're still right behind each other, baby. They are right. Hello. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. You are on a little RamontAndReese right now.
Oh, hey.
They know Q. Yeah, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yes.
So Ramont, because Ramont is better at, he posed the question, so I'm going to let him ask the question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
So Q, as a mother, I'm sorry, let me back up. So we're talking about expectations, and I'm asking, as a mother, were there certain expectations that you placed on your child? Of course, unbeknownst to them, you're just a parent, and
not just the parent.
She's just a parent, you know. I'm talking about in the realm of a parent, and she's just had certain expectations for your boys. Have they met them? 2, do they know what they were, if they met them or not?
Yeah, well, for me, yes. So my children definitely knew what the expectations were. I don't think they ever found themselves in a situation where they was like, well, I didn't know that, so that's why I was out here. So no, I'm very open. We have a lot of open, honest conversations about everything. And if anything, I probably over-communicate with my children what I need and require of them. Another thing, because I am so particular about things and I know the expectations I have on them could be heavy, I do make it a point to let them know when, I'm proud of you, you're doing great, thank you for, doing this or taking care of this. Like today, I called my son. He's in college. He just started college a couple weeks ago, and I called him and was like, I am very proud of you. Just the way you're handling everything up until this point. So, yeah, they know what the expectations are, and they do know when, they have those expectations. Yeah.
At what age did you start expecting expectations?
It was with that pacifier coming right out the womb. When I put that pacifier in, if you didn't hold on to it, it was going to be a problem. No. Right out the gate. Lay your ass down. Take a nap. Lay down. I can't even really say because it's just such a gradual thing. I don't know that anybody will really be able to tell you. But I will say as early as they were able to understand communication.
Okay.
Not necessarily able to communicate with me verbally, but when I start realizing they understood me communicating with them.
Got you.
So like you got to think about kids and when they're little and they run through the house with stuff or picking up stuff that they shouldn't touch. They're able to understand when you say no or don't grab that or don't do this, don't do that. So, yeah.
Got it.
So it was probably pretty early. Probably about walking age.
So let me ask you this. When the expectation was not met, what was the...
I know y'all not going to ask me this on live.
No. No, so, like, how did that conversation go? Because I feel like there was a conversation.
Is it I'm not mad at you, I'm disappointed?
Right. Or is it giving...
It wasn't even always that because sometimes... No, it wasn't even always that. So I think one of the instances I can remember, and Reese, you know about this situation. And for me, it was one of those moments where I didn't really see my babies as babies anymore. Like there was this little app and it was called Musical.ly, and CJ and Desmond was recording themselves on this app, and it was like it was probably like TikTok, but a TikTok from back in the day or whatever. And they were recording themselves on there, and they were singing that song. I got two phones, one for the bitches and one for the however the lyrics go. But for them, I want to say they were like 6 and 7. So the lyrics...
I think they were a little bit older, friend.
In her mind, it was 6 and 7.
Well, maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9, because I was around. I remember this.
Yeah, if you was... Yeah, well, so maybe, because CJ was born... Yeah, they were probably 8 and 9. They were probably most likely 8 or 9. So CJ and Dad... so the lyrics did not fit. Like, looking at them, like, reenacting this video and talking about who they 2 phones are for, I'm just like, do you even understand what it is that you're doing? And I remember in that moment, that was probably my first time really being disappointed in expectations of y'all as little boys, young men, and y'all out here carrying on different from what y'all know that I have raised y'all to do. And although it was innocent, I was disappointed. And it was just a conversation. It wasn't... it was a conversation just letting them know. And the way I handled it, one, I made them reenact the video for me based on what I sort of doing online.
Oh, my God.
I wanted a live performance.
Because now I don't want to do it. I don't listen to music no more.
I didn't want to do it. And I wanted to hear the lyrics.
Come in here and show me that little dance you're doing.
No, I want to hear who was the phones for. Tell me.
You did all of that?
Oh, absolutely.
She printed out the lyrics so they could read it off.
Like that online, and you don't realize that I may be able to see it. Your grandmother may be able to see it. Your dad, your auntie, whoever. Yeah, you definitely.
Please don't bring up the whole Florida. Please don't have all of them come up here for this performance. Because I feel like they will all do that just. Please don't.
Look, it's a family reunion.
They built them a whole little stage for one song.
Right. Which I want to be at his performance. But it was a conversation, and I did it. And I think because of that, they kind of handle a lot of things differently going forward. And differently could have been for them, let's just cover it up a little bit better, or either let's not put ourselves in that situation again. But either way, I've never had to have one of those conversations with them about what they're displaying versus the type of children that I raised.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Well, we can't wait for you to come back and sit with us live. But thank you so much for picking up the phone. And
absolutely.
Thank you for your
Because Reese had an expectation that you would pick up the phone. I'm glad you met it.
I did have an expectation. I said he was going to pick up this phone.
Oh, if Reese called me, I'm picking up the phone. I could be at a funeral. I'd be like, hold on, Pastor.
Hold that thought. Look,
that person ain't going nowhere.
But hold on. How you going to pick up the phone at my funeral, girl? How am I
She
going to be
said
calling?
a funeral.
No, because Q know why. Because every time we talk about death, Q talk about, I'm going to be at your funeral telling da 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 da. And I'll be like, girl,
No,
what?
yeah.
Why?
Well,
Why you gotta die first?
Why I got to die first?
Huh? Sit with the family.
Bye, girl. We finna go. I will talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, bye. I hope that all came through. I realized that the initial part of her talking. So if it was disclaimer, if you couldn't hear her in the beginning, it was because I wasn't holding the phone right. But I think the rest of it picked up well.
Good.
And I can appreciate. So I will say this about all of the people that I know that are parents are really good parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like the new generation, like you don't like to not admit. My generation.
I'm just not as old as you. That has nothing to do with it. It just depends on when you try to lump me into y'all. So I'm here with you on this statement. Go ahead. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Growing up, we didn't have a bunch of conversations. Mm-hmm. Things were just what they were.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate, like, the friends that I have now, they're different. And because the world has changed, sometimes I'd be like, what? Like my sister, my niece, when she was much younger, I was just like, girl, that is too much conversation. Whoop that ass, put her to bed, and that's it. Like, if it was something that was, but they want to talk and understand, and I appreciate
because our parents didn't talk and understand us.
You're right, and I'm okay for that.
Yes. We say we turned out okay, we turned out fine, but
your mama listened to this, so I would just watch what you say. We say we turned out. I turned out fine.
I mean, what's she gonna do? Call me and give her review of what I said.
I feel like she will pull up.
I mean, we all say, we turned out fine, we turned out okay. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, that is the case. But we wouldn't be wrong in saying there were times I wish you would have had the conversation with me about this. You know what I mean? So. And like you said, like, beat her and put her to bed, but like let the baby speak. Maybe she didn't know, maybe she didn't understand, and you can't just beat a child and like that be it. Not these days. I mean,
no, I definitely agree that times definitely have changed, and that's what I'm saying. I appreciate that the parents of today mm-hmm. are more willing to listen and have that child be heard and explain why, because there was a lot of times things were happening and I'm just like, what's going on? Like we're talking about expectations. And
remember, stay in a child place.
Yeah. Expectations weren't always laid out when I was younger. It was just kind of like
my mother's favorite line, do as I say, not as I do.
Growing up, it was expectations without conversation, because it was like, you're supposed to do this, but I'm like,
why
am I doing this?
Right.
This doesn't make sense to me, or I don't want to, or whatever.
They wouldn't explain it. It was just do it.
It is, yeah. So I get it. And like I said, I appreciate and respect that parents today are, in a sense, softer. But I'm okay with that, because
soft parent don't work with every child, though.
No. And I think that you know that about your children, though, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it doesn't always have to be the rah-rah.
Yeah, and a lot of people argue that, they're softer on the new generation and everything like that. That's why some of the new generation, they talk back, or they mm-hmm. don't respect their parents. So they think their parents are their friends and everything like that. And that's depending on the child, the parent, relationship. Yeah, because we've all seen it. It's like, why is she talking to you like that? Like, mm-hmm. like, my mom didn't become one of my little friends until I got older.
Grown, right? Definitely.
But not beforehand. But you see that it's like, y'all, like, that child don't fear you. And
I think that even for us, well, yeah, I think that people in their 30s and 40s and 30 and above, however you want to look at it, I think that there is still an inkling of fear. Whereas I don't think that people in their 20s share that same sentiment. They are more, I feel like they're more free to express themselves and be more expressive. And again, it's not a bad thing, but I think that I look at...
But it's a respectability factor of having that conversation and everything like that.
I think that it's a lot different. So for me, I will say this, and I'm not judging anybody because this is just how I am. I can't curse around my mother.
I have, so...
But not...
I don't know if I'm supposed
I don't think
to,
that,
but I have.
But I don't think that you do it in a way, and me either... I don't think that people, like none of my friends, I don't think that anybody is just out here like, this motherfucker, da 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 da. It ain't never that. It's just that if we're in conversation and it comes up, yes. But I am for me, I'm just so mindful because that's always been something that has been expected that I don't. Right? So then I got grown and thought that I'm grown now. I can drink in front of her until I was drinking in front of her and got drunk. And then that was another conversation where it was like, that ain't okay. Right. Drunk. At the family reunion. It was
Oh my God.
The mess.
Get your life together.
Sure.
Friend.
Drunk. You hear me? Took my belt off, running around, beating people. It was a lot.
What was you drinking?
I don't even remember.
At the family reunion.
At the family reunion.
Embarrassing. They should have kicked you out the family. Stripped you of your last name.
Then what would my name be now, Michael?
That's it.
What's your last name? I don't have one. I lost it. But no, like, again, it was the expectation after that, the conversation let me know that wasn't okay. So now, of course, I'm super mindful. If I go out, if me and my mother, my sister, we go out to eat, I can have a drink.
My mother gonna get drunk before me, child.
Not that I can have a drink. I'll drink, but of course, I know that I'm not going to allow myself to get into that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Drunken space.
I don't even ever think I've ever got drunk around my family. Like, yeah.
Well, you haven't really got drunk around your friends, for real.
Well,
I mean,
we gotta watch after each other. It depends. Whoever get there first, you lost the race.
Baby,
you can't do anything. So, in our big age, do you have expectations of your parents now?
Yes, I do. I have expectations of my mother and my father to just be very transparent with what's going on health-wise. Like, I think that my mother is one of those people that if something, both of my parents, I feel like they both are very self-sufficient and can take care of themselves.
Okay.
They have that mindset. And that's great. And I can appreciate that. You're getting older and this thing that's going on with you could be bigger than you think it is. And I don't want to find out while you're in the hospital and can't talk about it or can't relay. You know what I mean? You can't speak on it or whatever. My father had a stroke during COVID. He had a stroke and came out of nowhere. And it was just like, but talking to him about it, even in the midst of being in the hospital, oh, everything is fine. No, not everything is not fine. Like, I expected you let me know what the fuck is going on without the fuck in there. But, like, let me know what's going on because I don't want to...
You can't cuss around your father either?
My father doesn't like any conversation. It was me and all of his kids on the phone. And he said, I don't like when y'all do all that cussing. I don't do it anyway. But I think that when you get into certain spaces, sometimes, like, my siblings and we're all on the phone with him, it was coming out, but I was just like, but I don't use a lot of profanity. So, but he let it be known. Now, of us 5, which ones of us paid attention? That's, I think, 2.5 of us. 2.5 of us were like, are conscious and aware that he doesn't like it and will not. But there's 2, be like, fuck you, nigga. Like, what? I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So, but I expect that's my biggest thing. And then with my mother, because my mother, since she's retired, she travels a lot. And so I just want to know where you're going. Where you're going when you come back. So, because again, I don't want something to happen and I'm on the back end of it. True. I'd rather be on the front end of it and know, what's going on. It's like parenting our parents. And thankfully, I knock on wood wherever it is. Right. But my parents are both in good health, and I haven't had anything except for the stroke or whatever. Haven't had too many things to like be concerned about, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, they definitely know.
Good.
I don't think that they. I won't say they don't care. I don't think that they're like, okay, I got to tell my son this. I got to tell my son that. I don't think that they think that. But then again, also nothing really has happened. Again, knock on wood. So, what about you?
For my mom, similar to you, more travel and health. As far as that goes, I think that they're the main two things. Travel and health. For her, which she lets me know. Off top. I'll be like, "What's going on, lady?" And I'll do a joke about it. I'll say, if you just don't want to work no more, just say that, man. I don't understand why you out again. Like, you're fine. For my father, no comment. That's I only got 2 of them.
So let me ask you this, and this may be a no comment as well. So I'm gonna ask though. With regard to your stepfather, like, do you guys have that relationship where?
It would come from my mother.
Okay.
I don't expect him to tell me, but I know that my mom would tell me.
Keep you in the loop. Got you. That makes sense. I would ask you about your siblings, but I know that there's probably no expectations from them either.
None.
Yeah. I don't really have. So being the big brother, I feel like, and I'm learning that they are grown too. With the exception of Amber, because Amber in my head is just my little sister. She will always be my little sister. The other ones, Sheena, Michael, Michael, and Trayvon, I met them as adults, so it's a little bit different. But I don't think that there's expectations. I think that, again, I just don't want no last minute, oh, by the way, this is going on. You know what I mean? Like, I think my sisters do a better job of keeping me in the loop of things. My brothers are just like, I got me.
I think if anything happened to my brothers, my father would let me know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
When he lets me know,
That's another thing. Don't tell me nothing too, like, I don't know. Is that all we got with expectations?
I don't know. Did we touch every topic?
I don't think we touched it. There ain't no every topic on no expectations. There's so many levels.
I mean, we did food and food encompass like going out.
Well, in your relationship.
We talked about people, so we aligned
But people
that
is different from your relationship.
But I'm in a relationship with a person. A relationship deals with a person.
He's definitely a person.
What?
Can I just say this? He's I had a really good time. We hung out at a bar.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm giving. It's not like we were at Thirst and had a really good time.
Good.
But the one thing that he said to me that I was just kind of like, what? He said, I see why you and Ramont are best friends. I said, I don't know what that means. And he just laughed at me. So I was like, what did I do? Like, literally, I was just sitting there. Actually, I know that something was going on across from me, and I kind of looked, and I probably had a look on my face because I'm just unaware of my own face sometimes. But I probably, yeah. And that's when he said it, and I was like, okay. But we had a really good time.
Yeah, but I mean, expectations in a relationship, like I said, it involves a person. So it is like expectations, a conversation, and compromise because it's a person. If I'm expecting you to do this, do you know that I'm expecting you to do this? Or am I just assuming that you do know? Or are we at a point where you should just know and I should not have to have the conversation with you? But I just feel as if that's all the same to me.
So what if your discussed expectations aren't met? Then what does that look like? Because you're still dealing with an individual.
Then you give ultimatums.
Ultimatums? Really? Okay.
What?
I don't know that would have been my first thought.
I mean, you could just let it go.
That's my go-to.
But then so you let it go, but then you've also checked out. And then
when I'm saying letting go, I'm like,
so that's the same thing.
No. You would. I think that when you said let it go, and then you said check out. No, I'm letting me letting go is checking.
So how's that different from ultimatum?
Because there is no ultimatum. I think that.
So no. When I say ultimatum, it's either do this or I'm done. That's your like that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like we've had this conversation, so I have to do this or I'm done. Or like this is your written and final notice.
I think it depends on the level.
Yeah, the level of the relationship and so forth.
I think
like it can't just be like a one-off. And
it can be.
Well, for Reese it can be.
It can be a one-off, baby.
So like that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking more so long-term, like we've talked about it. Like did this person like was it a hiccup, slip up? You know what I mean? I ain't saying jump right to it because you said what if they're not met, but you've had the conversation and everything like that. So that's yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I wouldn't have jumped to that, but I'm jumping out like what?
Because I wouldn't. Because I'm just like if there's an expectation set and it's not met to me, and again I think on the front end, like it's just easy to on the front end of anything.
It depends. It depends on how much you want to put in. Depends on how much you want to put in.
Oh, hey, those looks are cute. Yeah, true story. I hear you. I think I mean,
so like, if you say it happens on the front end, if your job didn't serve its purpose on the front end, are you just out, or you stick?
What did you say? You looking for a new job if it ain't fitting what you need.
If we start to have issues and you don't like my approach to things, yes. If I can't,
so it's my way or the highway.
And no, it's not. It's not a my way or highway. Like you said, if I did ABC with a little bit of D, or I did A and C and left out B and still got the same result, but it became an issue for you. And I know that it's always going to be an issue for you if I don't do it exactly how it's outlined, but I'm still producing the same results. Yes, I will start to look for a new employer. Or if you start a job and you realize like the workplace culture is just not fitting you. It's not fitting your expectations. You know, it's like it's not friendly. Like you just don't like just ugh. You know what I mean? You're going to start looking for another job. Or are you invested? Like, was the benefit package good? Is the pay good? Where, okay, let me try to stick it out to see if I could possibly make some type of change here within this role and or company, or am I out? And same thing with a relationship. You know, within this company, am I willing to see if I can make some change in this department, or am I out?
Yeah,
it depends on your investment into it. So, like did this person and job and person
job is so different from
did they pursue me or did I pursue them?
There's that, but then I also think about with a job, my level of compromise to things is a lot higher because
why?
It's a job.
There are other jobs out here.
No, there are other jobs.
There are other people out here.
Yeah, and that's the people part for sure. Like friends and family too. Friends, family, relationships, things like that. I'm like, okay, I can move much quicker with a job. I think that if it's a job that's paying me what I feel like I'm worth, then I might sit in that. You know what I mean? I might be more because is it that bad? Depending. I'm more willing to compromise.
So you don't see that for a relationship out there?
I feel like the hard part is getting to the point where compromise is something I'm willing to do. I just think
the two are kind of parallel.
Kinda, but I think that for me,
so you would sit at that job because they're paying what you want.
If they're paying me well,
and you're willing to compromise. But if it's a person that is something's fucked up, but maybe they are meeting something, but you're not willing to sit there and compromise with that person. You're like you're giving out, but let you not compromise for that job. They're going to dismiss your ass and you're gone.
Let me not compromise with the job, and
you're out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would be willing to compromise for the money.
But how much of yourself are you willing to compromise for this job?
That's what I'm saying. It's good. There's a level. Like, it's not just, because you're paying
not willing
me.
to compromise for a person.
I am willing to compromise for a person when I get to the point.
Both of them require a level.
They definitely.
Okay.
I have to be. I think the hard part for me in any relationship, friendship, relationship, any ship, I have to find value in it.
Okay.
In order to compromise. Like, because other than that, I don't need this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if I value you as a friend, yes, I'm going to invest. I'm going to compromise. I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to ask for clarification and all of those things. But if I'm meeting you and you seem cool and then you do something or I do something and you like, well, da-da-da-da. Okay, so well, I'm not going to do all of that. Like, if I meet someone and they're like, well, I don't like you hanging out with my other friends. Okay, well, I don't know what the problem is. And I don't know that I'm going to be that concerned because I don't really know you. You know what I mean? But if it's like, if you came to me and be like, yo, you hanging out with someone, I don't know, pick somebody, Wesley. You hanging out with Wesley makes me uncomfortable. Let's talk about it. Because I value your opinion and I care about what you think, but it doesn't make sense to me. So help me understand where you're coming from. But if I just met you and you're like, oh yeah, I don't like you, well, guess what? You don't have to worry about me and you hanging out no more. I'll just hang out with the friend because that's what, like, I'm not going to be as willing.
So, and I'm only using this as a play, so don't get offended.
Here I go getting offended. He's about to offend you.
I said he gonna get so
He's
offended.
Gonna offend you, friend.
So if you working at McDonald's, right?
Wait, is that the offended part?
Let me finish my scenario. You're working at McDonald's, but you got friends at Wendy's, right?
Okay.
And McDonald's like, hey, you can't hang out with them no more. You can't go talk to your friends at Wendy's no more because you work over here. We don't do that. Are you going to be like, well, fuck you, I'm just going to work at Wendy's with my friends? Or you going to sit here because they paying you a little bit more?
So McDonald's is paying more than Wendy's?
So you got cut off, are you going to cut off your
Hold on. Because now we even have a conversation. Because we talking about this money. Now, if McDonald's is paying more than Wendy's.
You going to tell your friends.
No. Listen, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay, go ahead.
This is what I'm going to do. Because I need to understand. I'm going to say, in this meeting that we're having with McDonald's, I'm going to say, okay, because I've already processed. I'm at McDonald's because it pays more than Wendy's. That's why I'm here in the first place.
A little bit more.
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 So I'm going to say, I can't hang out with them on the clock.
At all.
Or I can
if they find out you done hung out with these people from Wendy's, you're gone.
Like
and think about it. If I come to you and say, I don't feel comfortable with you hanging out with Wesley, if I hear that you are hanging out with
you
them,
can't talk to me like that.
Then
you can't talk to me.
Then we're no longer friends, and I don't need to explain myself to you.
Cause what? Wait, you ain't gotta explain. Where is the tissue? This place ain't got tissue either. Cause wait, I do have tissue. Hold on. So wait, I'm dealing with two different scenarios. Hold on.
I'm drawing a parallel.
So I can't hang out with
similarities.
So hold on. Let me deal with the job first.
Okay.
I just find it interesting that they would try to dictate what I do on my own time. If they did, however,
People have gotten fired on social media for stuff they done on their own time as a representation
there you
of their
go.
company.
There you go. Very true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, got it. I'm going to look for a management position at Wendy's.
You're going to look for your out.
Yeah. I'm going to look elsewhere for employment. If you said to me, I don't like you hanging out with Wesley. And this is the part. And if I find out, girl, because who are you talking to? That's a bigger conversation. Because who are you talking to? If I find out, okay. Because I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to what happens if. I'm going to listen.
I just said it. I said we're done as friends. We're done.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I could. I think that would be the part that would be like, what? Because that's a very interesting position to put yourself in my life. That you can tell me
It's an interesting position for me.
who I can talk to, and if that sounds like something my mama would say, and if I find out. That's where you lost me. Because I'm with you, like, because I want to know why. And then you said you don't have
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Okay.
Just respect my wishes.
Well, now there are certain things when it comes to your man, your mama, your pets, and your kids, I'm going to respect you. Like, if I just said, oh, yeah, me and Damon hung out at Thirst, and you're like, well, I don't like that. I'm going to chain out. No. I would say, well, friend, it wasn't like we said, hey, let's meet up. We just happened to be there. And if you're like, well, I don't like that, next time you need to leave.
So why got to leave this?
Or I'm going to call you and say, hey, I'm here and so is your man, so you might want to call him home. Because
I'm not leaving.
I'm not going nowhere.
My food ain't come on yet.
My wings ain't here, my drink ain't here, and my hookah ain't made it.
I ain't leaving.
I'm not going nowhere. But I think that I'm willing to flex more with that. Like, again, those are things to me that you have a right to have an opinion, a very strong opinion about certain things. But
you don't have a right to tell a person what to do and not do.
Yeah, that's the part. And I think that it's about the approach, the conversation. Again, it's about the conversation. Because if you just say, well, I don't want you hanging out with him, and I'll be like, well, what's the problem? Because now I feel like it's like, is there a trust factor, or is it something about me? Because I need to understand that, because this is new to me. You know what I mean?
Tone and delivery.
Yeah. Because if I find out, I'm going to tell you that it's going to happen. So what? So now what? It's going to happen again. So what are we talking about? Actually, Wesley, what you doing tonight? Because we going to meet up and see what Ramont's talking about. Yeah, I think but there are people that are like that.
Yeah, there are.
I had a situation very similar with a friend of ours and his partner. They're no longer together. And it was very much like, if you continue to be friends with him, we won't be friends. And I was just like, wow. And it wasn't on the strength of anything other than I understood where he was coming from. I respected his position, but I was not willing to end that friendship based on other factors. So it was just like, I hear you. I mean, if it wasn't about picking a side. It was just the way, again, tone, delivery, and what do I want to do in this situation. So here we are. I mean, we're cordial.
Good. So
there's that. I can't believe you said it. If I find out, that thing got me in a choke because I ain't never. And if I find out, I feel like we've run that. I just have a few questions before we go.
Yeah, you ain't asking no questions like that.
I feel like I wasn't ready.
Got it.
I wasn't ready, but I have a few. What is the quickest way to piss you off?
To tell me I either am something or did something that I did not do.
Okay, so if somebody's like, you lied about blah, and you're like,
no,
I didn't.
You're like, yes, you did. No.
I know you did.
Or you have an attitude. I don't. Yes, you do. I'm about to have one.
Got it.
Real fucking quick. Yeah.
What is one goal that you have that you would like to accomplish before the end of the year? Accomplish.
To be on time.
There's been a few invites went out like yesterday, so I
To
feel
what?
like to different events.
For who?
I know you got at least one. Maybe not.
Yesterday?
I think yesterday.
I didn't get no invite to nothing yesterday. Where we going? I ain't going.
I'm sure you're gonna be there.
When is it?
So this is a crazy. One was for October. One was for November. I said, why are we sending invites for November? November.
Who in November? I probably have October. I think I know you're talking about it for October, but that invite Ben went out. Is this a new one?
Maybe I just got it.
You got both of them, friend.
No. Maybe the one that you got that Ben went out, I just got it.
No, you're there. It's a whole group chat.
Oh, no. Then
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I don't mind sharing. It's nothing. But yeah, the November one, I think is probably being piecemealed out.
Mailed?
Not mailed physically, but like I think it's just kind of like, you know how when you're talking to someone and then, oh, by the way, here's this. I think that's what it was for me. So I think that, I don't think you guys talk as much, maybe. But I don't think you're not going to be invited.
We won't see. My name's on the list. Monty's isn't.
Oh, shit.
Now I'm not invited. You know, man.
Okay, grape or strawberry jelly?
Strawberry.
What is up with the world?
Because I had grape. So, you know when you're a child?
Trauma.
Is it trauma? No.
I feel like a lot of things
No,
I had some traumatic things happen.
I don't think that it's trauma, but as a child, I always had grape jelly.
Okay.
So I didn't experience strawberry or the mixed berry one, until later on when I could pay for my own. It was food.
But let me try this.
All right, so I don't buy grape jelly anymore, but I will big up a strawberry jelly because I just like it a lot better. And yeah, grape jelly, I had it so much as a child. So
I think it's the opposite for me. I think that I had more strawberry. And then I experienced grape, and I was like, I really love grape.
Oh, wow, fancy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. As a child, I had that, so I don't want that now.
And as a child, I don't know if this isn't on the same level, but it kind of is. Like, as a child, I liked peanut butter, and then I despised peanut butter. And now I love peanut butter.
I still don't love peanut butter.
Really?
Absolutely.
You know what I don't eat? As a kid, I would fuck up some ketchup.
Oh, yeah, we know you don't like it now.
Ugh. The sight
it is so funny
is disgusting to me. So I don't want a ketchup bottle next to me. Get it away. Oh, it's so disgusting. Okay, so strawberry.
I'm gonna throw you a ketchup party.
You better catch up because I'm out.
I'm gonna come in and ketchup like little
not a uniform.
Like a little mascot ketchup. And give you
that is not cool. No, I'm okay. No, thank you. Have you ever been... And I asked this because I really don't know. Have you ever been in a physical altercation?
A fight? We'll just call it what it is.
I like physical altercation. It sounds so...
I'm like, a fight?
Demure.
I had a question. You talking about a fight? Is that... Make sure I understand. With a person?
With another person.
Yes.
Okay. Since you didn't mention the details, I won't ask. I
was a kid.
Just one fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you thought for my adult life?
No, I don't know. You haven't had a physical altercation. Maybe that's the difference. Fight as a kid, physical altercation as an adult, because it's domestic violence or
charges and assault and battery.
Assault and battery. I couldn't think.
Charges come with it as an adult, so we call it a physical because that's what they're gonna write on the report.
They ain't gonna say he fought. They say he battered.
We arrived on the scene to a physical altercation.
Oh Okay. But that is the difference. That is the difference.
God. The Facebook think piece is about their physical altercation down at the club. And I will be pressing charges.
Okay.
Here are my court documents.
Here's my proof. Here's my photos and my witnesses.
Physical altercation.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Go ahead.
Okay, so you have not had a physical altercation as an adult. Okay. The last one is a scenario. I just need you to follow me.
Are we improving?
No, I just need you to follow the scenario.
Okay.
You and a group chat on Instagram.
So this is real life.
Right. You in a group chat on Instagram, you see a restaurant and you're like, ooh, I want to go. Mm-hmm. You send it to this group of friends. Mm-hmm. And then you advise that you made a reservation for, say you see this on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. You relay that you've made a reservation for that following Friday.
Okay.
At a certain time at this location. Mm-hmm. These individuals, all of the individuals in the group chat respond with looking eye emoji.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday. Let's say Friday comes. Who is responsible for reaching out to determine is said reservation, are we doing this or not? Like, should it be the initiator or someone that responded with the looking eye?
Initiator.
The initiator should follow up and say, hey, y'all, are we doing this?
To confirm. Yeah. If I made the reservations, I would reach out to the group either Thursday or Friday to say, hey, checking in to make sure that, we are all still going, or if anyone's not going, let me know so I can change the reservation.
Okay.
What? What happened? Did I do something? Am I lying?
No.
What is wrong? What? Someone didn't do that?
So I did that. I did.
What part did you do?
I said, oh my God, it was restaurant week or something. So I sent it to a small group of friends at work. And I was like, I don't know that I sent context. I just basically sent them the advertisement for the thing. And I said, hey, I booked it for this date at this time. And they all responded with looking eye emojis, I guess. I'm trying to remember the story. But I think that's what it was. Okay. They all responded with that. But because nobody said, I'm in, I'm going, or nothing, by Thursday, I canceled the reservation. Because nobody said they were going. And they said it was my responsibility to get back. And I'm like, but I initiated it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You find that right.
Yeah, but y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all look to me. A looking eye emoji does not.
You expected something from them.
I did.
You projected. Friend, you can't put that on them people. That's a you problem. We're learning here. We're learning and growing.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. We want you guys to continue to tune in, leave comments, subscribe, follow, share, turn your indicator on. Not indicator, notification.
Indicator. Is there something else as an adult versus a child? Indicator.
So now it's my fault. Thank you guys.
It is your fault.
I'm out. I don't got nothing to say. I'm good.
And that's why you ain't had nothing to eat either.
I ate.
You went without them?
I didn't go to the same. No, I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to that restaurant. No.
Okay.
So I assumed that because no one responded, that they were
I definitely see your perception behind it. No one responded, so I'm gonna go ahead and cancel. However, if it was something that you really wanted to do, I feel as if you would have followed up.
You know what it is? I will be.
Are we gonna end it on that note?
I don't know if I want to say that.
Are they listening?
They probably are.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go. We don't want recent no physical altercations down at the workplace.
I don't think it'll be that. But Thank you guys for listening. No, it's just, I don't like rejection. So I feel like that was putting myself out there more. And even with friends, like, some people don't understand that. They're like, but we're your friends. And I get it. We're friends.
Friends can reject you. Friends can hurt your feelings.
Exactly. And I don't like that. So I already feel, sometimes I feel on the outside of that group. So it's just like to extend more than, it's just like, I don't want to do that. I'll preserve my feelings.
It's giving fuck y'all, but it's okay.
It was not. Bye, y'all. See?
Bye.